Good morning. Thank you for being here. First, I want to thank Matt Eberflus for all of his hard work and dedication on behalf of the Bears. Thank you to Thomas Brown for all that he did and is doing for the Bears. He said himself he was placed in a very challenging situation, 3 jobs in 1 season, and he embraced that challenge. He said he doesn't run from them. I think it invigorated him, and he did great work on behalf of the Bears. Thirdly, thank you to the fans. We know this has been an incredibly frustrating season with the expectations of September and the disappointments of December, and they stuck with us, and we're grateful for that. They deserve a winner, and we're going to do everything we can to give it to them. And if Hub were here, I would invite him as the Helen Thomas of the Corps to ask the first question. I don't know who's second in tenure, but I would suggest that instead of shouting over each other, you respect each other and take turns.
George, at the Seattle game near the end of it, there's some pretty loud chants from the fans that were there, sell the team. What was your reaction? I'm sure you heard it or heard about it. What was your reaction to that?
Yeah, it's understandable. As Kevin mentioned, our fans are passionate. They're incredibly frustrated. They wanted to make their voices heard. I was more bothered by the week before when Lions fans tried to take over Soldier Field and force the home team to go to a silent snap count. Fortunately, that didn't happen. It's understandable that Bears fans would sell their tickets because of the way the season has gone. And the challenge for us is to put a team on the field that Bears fans are so excited about, they're not interested in selling their tickets.
George, how hard was it to...
3 years ago, you were part of a search process, obviously right in the center of that search process for a general manager and a head coach. What errors in judgment and process did you identify from that stage that you can apply now here in 2025?
Well, I think Ryan referenced it and Kevin referenced it. You learn from your experiences, gaining wisdom, insight into the process. We're very excited about the process that Ryan has laid out. We're going to start that process as soon as we finish with you folks, and we're looking forward to it.
Something specific,
You guys
George,
have never fired a coach in season. How hard was that to do, and were you reluctant to fire Matt Eberflus in season?
We heard a lot about that. You know, the Bears have never done it. Just because we had never done it doesn't mean that there wasn't a situation. You know, each situation is different. You know, in the 100-year history of the Bears, one person held the job for 40 years. So there's that. I think you take each situation individually. It wasn't that we were adamantly opposed to do it or anything like that. You do what you think is right in the moment.
George,
Kevin?
what was your reaction to Tyreek Stevenson's actions during the Hail Mary and how the team handled it the next couple weeks?
I had never seen anything like that. As an observer of this great game for more than 60 years, I was more interested after it happened in his reaction and his teammates' reaction. You know, I think he understood that he made a mistake. He owned up to it. He apologized to his teammates. He apologized to the fans. And he said he was going to learn from it, and I think he did.
George, what do you make
Yeah.
George, what do you make of the players saying that accountability was lacking in the locker room, and then talk that, you know, maybe Caleb Williams wasn't challenged as hard as he could have been challenged?
Well, I think the players are the best barometers of things like accountability. It is said that the great teams are really run by the players, that there's leadership in the locker room to bring that about. And we need to do better in that area going forward.
George, in 14 years that you've been in charge, the Bears have hired 3 general managers and 4 coaches. What evidence is there that you learned from these processes?
Well, the idea is to get it right. As I said, Bears fans deserve a winner, and we're going to do everything we can. I think with Ryan's leadership and the process that he's outlined, and with guidance from Kevin, Ryan's going to make the best decision going
But
forward.
why will this be different than the previous ones? I mean,
Well, Ryan has the benefit of his experience, and he has the benefit of the guidance from Kevin, who's been through this process before, so we're hoping for a better result.
George,
along
Go
those
ahead.
lines,
George, why do you think that the current power structure, the setup with Kevin and Ryan, will be cohesive in this coaching search?
Their alignment, their cohesion, their shared values, their communication, everything I've seen has been excellent, and expect good results as a result.
George, will Ryan need a contract extension to prove to an incoming coach that their futures are tied together?
I don't think so. In the interviews that I've participated in, that's never been a factor. Nobody has ever come in and said, I'm not going to come here unless the coach or the general manager and I are on the same timeline, so I don't think that's going to be a factor.
George, what if a coach wants to report a direct line to ownership? We've heard some want that. What do you say to them for that?
Our structure is vertical. Head coach reports to the general manager reports to the president reports to the chairman.
So that would be a deal breaker if someone said
Well, I haven't
Right.
ever experienced anyone saying that. Usually, they want the job.
George, how often do you reflect on your own performance as chairman? Do you, ever think about that maybe someone else should be stepping into that role? How long do you plan on staying in this role? Is there a succession plan?
Ultimately, I'm responsible for the failures of the Bears. The legacy of George Halas is excellence on the field and making a difference off the field. I think the Bears have done a great job off the field, making an impact in the community. The fact of the matter is, we haven't done it on the field, and ultimately, that's on me.
Ryan said,
Colleen?
given the way the last 3 years have unfolded, why was it the right move to retain Ryan Poles?
We like his leadership. We like the staff that he's assembled. He has a couple people on his staff, Ian Cunningham and Jeff King, who probably should be general managers for another NFL team. The communication has been excellent, and he's in a business where in the player personnel department, there are going to be hits and there are going to be misses, and the key is you have to have more hits than misses. So that is the challenge for him and for his staff.
George, we heard from Kevin about the stadium and the progress. What is your thoughts on the progress? And is it taking too long at this point?
No, it's not taking too long. These things take time. We're making progress, and we're looking forward to a good result.
Last one, Courtney.
Ryan said you guys are going to use outside counsel for background on these head coaching candidates. Who is that? Who's providing that background?
Whatever Ryan picks, that's entirely up to him.
Will Bill Polian, I know he's been part of some of these head coaching searches for you guys before, will he have a seat in any of these meetings?
If Ryan wants him to, that's fine with me.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.